Hey, you guys, welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I'm Michelle Brown, your coach and your mentor, and I have a question for you today. Are you a business owner or an entrepreneur? Let's find out. The question has always been, are entrepreneurs born or can they be created? Can you make someone into an entrepreneur? I lean towards the side of entrepreneurs being born. And there are a lot of reasons why. But in this video, I want to explain to you why it's important for you to know which side you show up on and what you are. And the reason being is because if you want to do anything like federal contracting, you have to have a certain type of mindset, whether it's government contracting, whether you want to create a product to sell to the government, or whether you just want to create a product for your own wealth building and your own ideas. You have to know where you land, where you stand, and what's inside of you because it takes a lot. Business ownership and entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not what people think it is. And people don't talk about the truth until after they've made it. Then they tell you about the mustard sandwiches they ate. They don't tell you while they're going through it because they don't have time to explain. They don't want anybody in their business. And I get that. I understand that. So let's walk through what it means to be an entrepreneur versus a business owner. And you think about this for yourself and where you are. There's a big difference between entrepreneurship and business ownership. Most people don't know or understand the difference. So I'm going to help you figure out what you are or where you may fall and what you need to do to make sure that you're on the right track no matter which side of the coin you land on. Either or is good. Both are great, but you have to know how to use your talents and you need to understand how you must think in order to do some of the bigger things you believe you want to do. So, number one, if you don't have self motivation, you're in trouble already. If you need people to tell you to do things, that's not entrepreneurship. You could be a person that's very disciplined and own a business, but entrepreneurs, nobody tells them what to do. They just go figure it out. I don't even remember how I learned how to write a business plan. I was a homemaker when I wrote that business plan. And to this day, I still don't remember because I know nobody told me to do it. I must have been reading books. I do remember my first business book, but I don't remember how I figured that out. But I did. I had a business plan long before I bought that daycare. And to be honest, I didn't even know if I really wanted to own a daycare. It was just something that I thought would be good. I didn't necessarily like working with a lot of children, but I didn't plan to work in it. I planned to have people that worked in it, and that's exactly what happened. But I was going to buy or build a daycare, and that's what I did. I wrote a business plan for it at least a year and a half before I actually got the business. Now, if you don't have that self motivation, then you're going to struggle with going to get it, going to find out what to do. You have to believe in your own ideas to a fault. Seriously, that's the truth. You cannot expect anybody to say, well, go do this, go do that. Nobody's going to help you or tell you to do that. People most of the time will tell you to get a job. Okay, so that's a true entrepreneur. And if you're not like that, you're probably a business owner. If you have not implemented an idea for being afraid of not having things, a lack of, having less than what you're used to, you're not an entrepreneur. You're probably a business owner. Meaning, if you're afraid that one day you may not eat, your fear of not being able to eat or not being able to drive a decent car or not having money in the bank is going to overtake your thoughts of being an entrepreneur or having a business or living your dream because you're always going to be worried about those things, the lack of. You're probably a business owner. If you're not willing to take a risk on yourself and your ideas, no matter how much money you have, you are an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur, I should say. You are a business owner. So an entrepreneur is willing to take that risk. And risk is the biggest part of being an entrepreneur. And if you're not willing to do that because you like to play it safe, you are a business owner. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just need to talk to you a little bit about how to make you, as a business owner, understand how to make that work for yourself as a business owner. Okay? Because both the entrepreneur and the business owner has the right ingredients. It's just about how you make these things happen. You may go about things a little bit differently. So if you're not willing to take that risk, accept that about yourself. Don't try to talk yourself into being a risk taker. If you don't wake up thinking about your ideas, searching and searching about how to make something happen, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. If you're not willing to do what it takes to win the prize, then you're not an entrepreneur. If you're not willing to stay up all night to get the job done, then you're not an entrepreneur. You're probably a business owner. I become obsessive about things. I know I'm an entrepreneur. I know I was born this way. Some of it may be because I'm an older child. I was like that as a young girl, as an older daughter. So some of it is just part of my personality, but it fits right into me and my entrepreneurial thoughts and how I think of things and how I look at things. It's me as a person. That's why I believe entrepreneurs are born. I meet people every day and I can immediately tell the difference because we're risk takers. We do things that most people think are crazy. So if you cannot see a vision for what you want your business to be, what you want your idea to be, you're probably a business owner and not an entrepreneur. If you don't feel it in your soul, if you're not passionate about just the idea of an idea, passionate about business, passionate about making things happen, you're probably not an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. If you listen to what people think about you, if you care what people think about you and your ideas as a business owner, you're probably not an entrepreneur. Because you can own the business, have some ideas, but you're scared to do them, you're not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs don't care what people think. They go do it anyway. We do it anyway. I've had my sisters to ask me, "Aren't you scared to do some of those things?" Sure I am. I do it anyway. I will not leave this earth worrying about what I didn't do. I won't do it. So I live my best life. I try to do that every day. If you can see yourself winning all the time, you're an entrepreneur. And you know you're not going to stop until you make it happen. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Business ownership is not easy. Neither one of them are easy. They're just different mindsets. So if you're a business owner and you really believe that you want certain things, you just have to change how you think. And let me just say, as a side note, entrepreneurs have other issues. We are a strange breed. We really are. If you're an entrepreneur, there's some things about yourself that you need to understand too. And it's not all good. We just have a different way of thinking. And again, it's not always good. But when it comes to government contracting, people like us will make it happen because it's in us. It's what we do. We're driven by the challenge. We don't care what people think. We don't care what people say. We will use our last dime, our last dollar to make these things happen. If we don't have it, we'll go get it. Again, some of you have heard my video, Creating Money Out of Thin Air. Literally, that's what entrepreneurs do. Business owners, on the other hand, will say, well, I got to be careful. I can't use up all my savings. Not all, but some. But if you are that business owner that you will take the risk, you are a true entrepreneur. As a business owner, if you really believe that you want to do things in another place at another level, you don't want to be that business owner that's not getting to the next level, you have to change how you think. You have to really start doing things a little bit different. You have to believe in yourself. You have to get that vision in your mind. Every day, you need to think about what your vision is. If you're an entrepreneur, you already do that. You already know that. You already feel it. You, as the business owner, you have to start envisioning what you want. You have to keep thinking about it all of the time. You need to write it down. You need to stay focused, and you need to learn how not to be fearful. And you need to not listen to people, because the average person doesn't understand what it means to own a business. That's what entrepreneurs and business owners have in common. Nobody knows what it feels like to be us, especially once we've created something. So get your vision together. That's the beginning. Focus, be consistent, and stop being fearful. And you'll see it all take you to the next level. Hey guys, I know government contracting can be a little challenging, but don't forget you have Ask Michelle B. Ask me your government contracting questions anytime, anything you want to know.